Welcome back. We are now in step 13.8, which is all about changing the line spacing and alignment of our document. So hopefully you did not close H201. If not, you need to reopen it. And we will save this document as H202. Remember, make sure you're saving to lesson 13. And I'm just changing my 1 to a 2. And save. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is select all of the text in the document. So remember that if you hit Control on your keyboard and A, it selects all of your text. Control A. So with all of the text selected, click on your line spacing button. Let's see. Drop down and select 2.0. So basically, it's like double space. All of the lines are now double spaced. So there are 15 lines in the document because it's now double spaced. But there are more blank spaces between the lines. So with all of the text still selected, go back to your line spacing button. And this time, change it to 1.5. So the spacing between the lines is actually reduced. So it's not as wide as it was when we had it on 2. Now, position the insertion point in line 14. Click the line spacing button and select Add Space Before Paragraph. Watch what happens. So notice that an extra blank space is added between lines 13 and 14. So with the insertion point still positioned in line 14, go back to your line spacing button and add space after. And notice that space is added in between lines 14 and 15. So scroll up to the top of your page and position your insertion point in line 1 and click the line spacing button and add space after the paragraph. And notice the space was added between line 1 and 2. Now, click the dialog box launcher of your paragraph group. And in the paragraph group, to open the, notice here that the spacing after the box shows 12 points. Click down the arrow once to reduce it to 6 points. And then click OK. So the space between 1 and 2 has actually been adjusted because it was at 12 points and we decreased it to 6 points. So with the insertion point position in line 1, click the center align button in your paragraph group to center align and position the insertion point in line 8, 9, or 10. And click the Justify button. And remember, get the screen tip if you don't know. And notice, even though I just placed my insertion point in line 8, because this is all one paragraph, it justified all 3 lines. Now, select all of the text in line 12, 13, and 14. Click the text left align button. To move the text back to the left margin, and click the text align right button. To move your margin, move it over to the right margin. Select all of the text in lines 1 and 2. And increase the font size to 18. Select all of the text in lines 4 through 14 and increase the text size to 14. Alright, so let me zoom in. And this is the final look of H2O 1 and 2. So basically we went through a series of fonts using our font group and our paragraph group. We played around with adding and removing spacings. We worked with alignments. We worked with grow font, shrink font, change case, bold, italicize, and all of these different fonts. You get more comfortable the more you play around, the more tricks that you are able to put in your sleeve. So just continue to play around, because the more you play, the better you get. This concludes this step. Save your changes, and I will see you on the next step.